Hey there, I'm Gareth Emery.
I'm Ashley Wallbridge.
And we're going to be asking each other a series of questions. And answering them too.
Yeah. Happy days.
Ashley Wallbridge thinks he's a better producer than Gareth Emery.
Yes.
Better engineer, maybe.
Gareth Emery has seen enough new talent in the trance scene recently.
I've seen enough new talent in the trance. I haven't seen any fucking new talent.
Yeah.
Where is the new talent? I don't remember the last good person that come through. It was years ago.
Yeah.
We need more new talent.
Yeah.
If Ashley Wallbridge couldn't do any collabs for the rest of his life, he'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really? We've got to write all the melodies yourself then?
Gareth Emery knew he wanted to make music since he was born.
Yeah, that's probably true. Simple. Ashley Wallbridge believes trance will become more popular this year.
Yeah.
Why do you believe that?
I don't know. Just saying, yeah.
You haven't really thought about trance becoming more popular, have you?
Nah.
You just care about you. Ashley Wallbridge believes Ashley Wallbridge will become more popular this year.
That's the question what I should have been asked.
That's the only one you give a fuck about,
yeah,
right?
I don't really care about anything else.
Alright, my go.
Gareth Emery would rather spend time in the studio than on stage.
Yeah, that's not true. No, I like going on stage. Stage is a fucking grind. Yeah. But you have to do it right. Yeah. You don't make tunes in the studio.
You're not on the stage.
Don't make tunes, nobody's booking you. If I go and play to like 20,000 people and never have to do any other work.
Brilliant.
Like, cool, great job.
Happy days.
Ashley Wallbridge thinks aliens exist.
Yes.
You actually do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is new. Since when?
Always have. Always like X-Files, UFOs. I love that shit.
Yeah, that's a TV show.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, we exist. We could be aliens.
No, that's true. Parallel universes and all that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Mostly, Gareth Emery's wife has the last say in their relationship.
Let's say. No, that's completely false.
Yeah.
Gareth Emery has less say.
Yeah.
Zero say a lot of the time. She's over there, so I should probably
very careful.
Not say that. Okay. Next, Ashley Wallbridge can drink Gareth Emery under the table.
We've never drank properly together, have we?
No, because you normally go home early.
Yeah, like I did the other day.
The other 2 days, Istanbul, Seattle.
Yeah.
So I think that's a definitive no based on the evidence.
Yeah. Gareth Emery hopes his children will turn out like him.
In a limited number of particular areas of life, yes. The rest, no. Ashley Wallbridge will continue making music till the day he dies.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to write an encyclopedia, is he?
I mean, I failed music in school and I got 0 GCSEs. I got fired from McDonald's and KFC, so...
It's a good job you're good at making tunes.
Yeah, if I wasn't, Jesus, shit.
Okay, my one.
Gareth Emery believes he is at his absolute best right now.
In what area?
I don't know.
I'm at my best in Spanish. I've lived in Ibiza for 4 months, so like my Spanish is as good as it's ever been. Other areas, no, not really. Just trying to be better every day.
Yep.
Ashley Wallbridge would rather play the graveyard shift than playing for the early birds.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Because I like doing both.
Yeah, what would you prefer though?
Prefer early.
I'm the same, give me early any day.
Yeah.
Early, you start with very few people and then you end up with a packed room. Graveyard shift, you start with a packed room and then by the end of your set it's empty. It's just fucking depressing.
I say the UK, I prefer go later.
Yeah, I've never liked the graveyard shift. I hate doing the graveyard shift. It's a chance to be a hero if you do really well and keep everybody there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing worse than like playing your set and you see people like lining up in the cloakroom queue trying to get their jacket. People like looking at the watch, go, oh come on, is it time to go yet? So I'm thinking the same thing, mate. I'll be in bed if I'd be able to do an earlier set.
Have fun. Gareth Emery never talks to his wife about producing.
Yeah, that's pretty factual. I mean, all respect to my wife, not much of an expert in the inner workings of Cubase, Ableton, VSTs and stuff. It's been quite a one-sided conversation.
Yeah.
Ashley Wallbridge is a great DJ, but a lousy dancer. See, I'd say the opposite is true. I think you're a good dancer. I've seen you dancing. You do backflips in the street. You're very athletic. DJing wise, you're still working on it.
Who wrote these questions? Am I just getting stitched up? Right. Gareth Emery was a rebellious teenager.
No, I wasn't really actually. No, I've never. If any rebellious phase sort of happened later in life, no, as a teenager I was pretty boring. Except like, if by rebelling you count being slow and thick in school, just staring out the window. Like people thought I was absolutely like. Trying to find a politically correct way to say not very clever. People thought I was pretty thick because I was always just in my own world.
Yeah, people knew I was thick.
If Ashley Wallbridge wouldn't make trance music, he would make techno.
Nah.
What would you make instead?
Proggy.
Eric Prydz, that sort of stuff.
Prydz.
Yeah,
Prydz. Gareth Emery would win Ashley Wallbridge in an arm wrestling match.
You know, the depressing thing is I probably wouldn't. And even though I reckon I spend more time down the gym, you are more of a natural athlete. I reckon you would have the edge in an arm wrestling match.
I don't think I've been in the gym in the last 3 years.
I know, that's why it's depressing that I think you'd still win. Ashley Wallbridge often drinks 9 cups of coffee in a day.
Yeah.
That's
very true.
It's like a minimum of 9 cups.
Minimum of 9. Gareth Emery has a cringeworthy experience with a fan once.
Cringeworthy experience with a fan once this week.
I think, yeah.
There's been loads of them, but there's not one particular one that was cringeworthy.
No.
There's been absolutely loads. I couldn't think of any particular one.
No, I couldn't. But there's guaranteed to have been one.
Yeah. I mean, can't think of any. I'm sure I've had like people,
yeah, you would have had one.
I'm sure I've had like people being sick and stuff because they were so excited to meet me. That was, which was nice. I mean, I love the fact they were so excited. But you know, obviously, you never want other people around you to be sick, do you?
No.
Ashley Wallbridge's favourite music composer is Hans Zimmer.
Yes.
It's pretty
standard.
Not much we can debate about that.
No. Gareth Emery has a standard ritual he goes through right before a gig.
Yeah, that's probably true actually. It's not a very interesting one.
No.
I like to be on my own. I don't like to be around other people.
No, yeah.
In my hotel room, I might do I always have a nap before every single show.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if the show's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, you'll have a nap.
I'm gonna have a nap from 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And like I sometimes like to do like a meditation. I used to have more of a detailed ritual where I'd literally have like these little chants and incantations I'd do to try and get myself in the zone. But like no, my only real ritual now is before every show I have a nap, which is that's
pretty standard. Every time I speak to you, going for food after my nap.
I literally could have just got out of bed a few hours ago. I will still go. I will eat food and go for a nap before every show.
Yeah.
Ashley Wallbridge is a better driver than Gareth Emery. I mean, I'm a shit driver, so you must
say I'm that good.
No,
I've got dents all in my car.
Yeah, but we went all the way up and down the UK on the Kingdom United road trip, and you didn't crash.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Gareth Emery has considered retiring once.
I mean, I think everybody at some point considers retiring not seriously.
Yeah.
Like when something's going very badly, you're like, oh fuck this. I'm retiring on Monday.
Yeah.
And then Monday comes and like realise things like I probably couldn't do any other job and I need money and you know, and I also kind of like doing this and you realise it was a load of bollocks. We've all threatened it at some point.
Yeah.
Ashley Wallbridge is actually a trained chef.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was a pot wash pig first.
Right.
So I used to wash pots and pans.
No disrespect to any pot washers watching this though.
No.
It's a perfectly good job.
That's what I was called, pot wash pig.
Okay.
And I was only 15, and then I started just going into the kitchen, cooking, and then I did an MVQ, and then I wouldn't say I was a good chef, but chef.
But you're a trained chef, but what you choose to eat, your favourite food, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
KFC.
Like,
KFC.
you could be making yourself like lobster thermidor and you choose to eat fucking KFC 5 times a week.
The Colonel. Brilliant.
Ashley Wallbridge got. I love the fact this is like the most rock and roll story that's been they can pull up for you. This shows the extent of his partying.
Yeah.
Ashley Wallbridge got 3 parking tickets on the Kingdom United road trip.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you naughty boy.
I know.
I can't believe you did that.
But I don't know how. I don't know how. But
And people say trans artists don't party hard.
yeah, party.
3 parking tickets it was 1 a day in 3 days.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Did you pay them on time?
No, I haven't paid him.
Yeah, you haven't even paid him yet.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, fucking
Right,
rockstar.
so
Fucking rockstar.
when Ashley Wallbridge first met Gareth Emery, he did not immediately like him. No, this.
No, I'm not very likeable off the bat. I'd be surprised if you. I'd expect that to be true. But
I mean, when I first met you, I was a massive fanboy.
okay.
So
You didn't fucking say you were.
it was when was it? ASOP 450.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Oh, you didn't say. Oh, I actually like your music.
No. No. Yeah.
So did you like me?
Yeah.
All right. I see.
There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
Ashley Wallbridge named the intro track Kal-El because he is a huge fan of Superman.
Oh yeah. Fucking love Superman.
Next.
Yeah, great question. Gareth Emery sometimes considers Ashley Wallbridge as his little brother.
A strange question.
It's very, very strange.
I don't have any brothers, so I suppose you could be a surrogate.
Yeah.
Who also happens to make very good music, run a record label with. So I'd not consider it until this question, but there you go.
There you go.
Meet my new little brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't got any more questions. Is that it? There you go. Done.
Sorted.
Woo!